Yo. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's your man, Kaleaf Wins, and I have a great show today. Let me get to the point. AI in music production. Are music producers about to be replaced? Let's talk about it. But before I even go and start in this conversation, everybody, please put how you feel about this conversation in the chat. We live. You can tell I'm stuttering, no edits. But we're going to talk about a myriad of things when it comes to production. But right now, a lot of producers feel like they're going to get replaced with AI. A lot of people are super mad about AI. Some labels are really comfortable with the concept of AI. I have a great panel of esteemed and qualified guests to talk on the topic. Everybody give a shout out to the YouTuber, drum machine specialist, BeatsBylonza in the house. You understand what I'm saying? BeatsBylonza. Everybody give it up. Everybody give it up to sound designer, tech designer, person who's brings so many effects and literally has added to machines that have helped us become more creative. Everybody give it up to Masada. Everybody give it up to Masada MPC. But last, most certainly not least, future superstar in the YouTube space. I don't care. You can say it's glazing. I know it's true. My man, BeatsNBed. Everybody give it up to BeatsNBed. Everybody give it up to BeatsNBed.
What's up, fam? What's good?
So let's get this started. Big shout out to Ghetto Styles in the comment. Big shout out to the Black Ghost. None in the comment. What, y'all live. We live right here. Big shout out to everybody here. We're gonna talk about AI and music production, but let's get it started. I want to see what things people are talking about and get to it. Now, the disadvantages of AI and music production include potential quality concerns, ethical and artistic considerations, and job security issues for musicians. AI-generated music may lack the authenticity. That's a hard word to say, mad fast. Give me props. The authenticity of human-generated content, posting threats to job security for musicians. One of the topics I want to talk about. A Rolling Stones article posted unveiling the impacts of and disruption of AI on the music industry stakeholders. In that, they have a documentary with a rock band where one of the members talks about their album Chain Trapping, where she added, "I don't want to return to my roots and play acoustic guitar because I'm so freaked out about the coming robot apocalypse, but I also don't want to jump into the trenches and welcome our new robot overlords either. At the same time, AI can be used to enhance human creativity. AI-generated music has been used as a launching point for compositions by humans, allowing us to combine AI's capabilities with our own creative ideas." Regarding how musical artists can use music AI generators for inspiration, Evans explains that musicians can create music with AI by using what it offers. And I quote, "That's something that artists are already doing in the studio in much more informal and sloppy way," Evans says. Artists often go to studio sessions with the idea of, quote, "You sit down, you write a song you like, and if I want a full bass line or B-52's melodies, or if I want a sound and I like that it came from London 1977, even if you take inspiration from the B-52s, your final product may not bear signs of those influences." Here's an article from Hampton University's Hilltop magazine where they talk about AI has breached the front lines of the music industry, causing concerns for creators and consumers, where they state, "Popular music streaming companies such as SoundCloud and Spotify to record labels like Warner Brothers Music Group all conducted layoffs, some cutting off about 20% of their workforce in reference to their 270 layoffs earlier the year." CEO of Warner Brothers Music Group, Robert Kleinell, said they needed to make, quote, "hard choices in order to evolve." Keep that statement, in order to evolve. They stated, "It seems that if the evolution may come at the expenses of creative entrepreneurs in the music industry, to the dismay of many artists, songwriters, and producers, some top music industry execs seem hopeful for the integration of AI in the processes of creating music." I really want to talk about that. Aisha June, a senior marketing major in journalism, TV, and film minor from Chicago, as well as Howard University artist, talked about her concerns with AI sneaking its way into the music creation process, where she states, "The threat of AI being able to take somebody's voice, take her voice, make a song threatens the position of our need for actual artists if it's used with no restraint," she says. "People could end up selling their voices in a way that is being taken advantage of. It isn't something that should replace an artist or a producer." Now, esteemed guests, I'll leave the floor to you based on those reactions. How do you feel about AI and music production? We're going to start at a starting point and we're going to a location. Do you think producers are going to be replaced? And I'll start with Masada.
Do I think music will be replaced? I mean, musicians will be, yeah, but this is the same scenario we keep getting into over and over in human evolution and human history. A new tech comes about, everyone panics. The thing is just to adapt. that's just what you have to do. Utilize it as a tool, figure out a way how to monetize it, and it is what it is. One day we will be in a position where none of us have to work. Um, this is just the beginning of that. We're just starting to see that. Um, for right now, figure out how to use those tools again, monetize it or whatever. Don't run away from it because it ain't going nowhere. You're just gonna get ran over.
That's a fact. All right. Beats in bed.
Yeah. Man, I don't think musicians are gonna be overrun by it. I think it's one of those things like Masada just said. Get with it or get lost. You know, it's been around forever anyway. You know, Google is one of the biggest AI tools there is. You know, and we've been searching on that all day. But you know, my main thing is make sure you're using the tool and not letting it use you. You know what I mean? You
You
know,
still like Diamond from Players Club.
I know,
Make
right?
the money, don't let the
I
money
thought that
make
when I
you.
said it. You know, and do your research. I mean, ChatGPT is, you know, one of my biggest tools. You know what I'm saying? And I did a lot of research on it. So you want to make sure whatever you're putting out there, that you're not putting out your information. You know what I'm saying? And that way you're protecting yourself. But one fear that I do have though is that with this prompting and everything going on, is that we may be at a time when we can type in and say, "Hey, I want to sound like Masada." You know, because we can do that now with ChatGPT. We can say, "I want to create a book that looks like or that sounds like Stephen King or in the style of Stephen King," and you can get that back. Are we ever going to get to a place to where we can type in a prompt and say, "I want to sound like Timbaland," and get a
Mhm.
result like that? You know, so that's my biggest fear. And I don't, you know, I would be flattered if somebody wanted to sound like Beats in Bed, but I don't want you to take my style and run with it. You know what I mean? So that's my
I'm,
biggest thing with AI
I'm
right now.
afraid. I'm afraid that's where we're going. I just think that that is. We have a lot of people who don't come up. A lot of people who don't follow the same cultural norms or believe in the same things. You know what I mean? What's ethical for me might not be ethical for you. Um, we already seeing proof of it right now, where you know what I mean, having people making AI videos and everything. That's just going to keep going and going and going. Yeah. So I think your fear is legitimate. But bro, without regulation and protection, that's what's coming right now. I can clone your voice right now. I can just take all of the stuff what you're saying right now and clone you and sound like you, Khalif or Lonze. I can do that and basically use it to telemarket people right now and con them. Actually, they're doing that. Matter of fact, you know those calls you get from numbers you don't recognize. A lot of the time, those are telemarketers who are actually using the technology that can impersonate your voice, and then
Yeah.
they'll use that to basically call people that they know, like in some kind of terrorize terrorize zone. I mean mode or whatever to get them to give them money. So yeah, that's you gotta be careful. So your concerns are very legitimate, right? You know, and that's scary. But I think the topic was really more about AI music. You know what I mean? And the tools AI use that. But AI music too. A lot of people are saying like, well, this is not me. I mean, that's still in blah blah blah. But people sample. You sample other people's works. You know what I mean? So use the AI, man. You just make it work for you. You know what I mean? I think the only thing that you can't do in music, in my personal belief, is steal somebody else's music. Like if I go and take beats and bed stuff and claim it's mine, that's wrong. But we don't seem to have a problem when we sampling other people's records and flipping and stuff like that. We don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? So the whole, if you use a prompt to put something in AI and bring up and say, yo, give me a bass line like Timbaland, that's legitimate. That's cool. You can take that, flip it into yourself, or say you don't say you're a lone producer. A lot of us are introverts anyway, right? Me, I'm an introvert or whatever. So if I need, say, damn, you know what? I wonder how Jay Z would sound on this. In my own home, I can pull up I can make a vocal that sounds like Jay Z, and I can, you know what I mean. But I'm not now. If I go out there and try to sell it, that's a problem. But for my own personal use, that's fine.
Before we get to Lonze, I want to say that I wish that the robocall AI feature was in usage when I was a teenager. Because did you believe how many thoughts I could
Yeah.
have had AI conversations with and kept them on the back burner? I'm gonna put out the robo thought avatar here, the robo thought avatar, and talk to 3 girls at the same time. But let's move forward. Beats by Lonze, how do you feel about AI in music production? I'm sorry, I just literally thought robocalls. There was a whole bunch of girls I could have just had AI conversations with on the side.
I don't think that producers are going to get replaced, but they do take up a job position that somebody would have had. The record companies are getting smart about, if you think about it, look at the record labels in the last 30 years, how they went from being the biggest thing ever to now they're down to like 3 large conglomerates. And everybody's on 360 deals, and they're looking at internet sensations and things of that nature. So they're looking to minimize their footprint on paying actual producers and artists now. So they're looking for the quick cash grab. So yes, AI could come in and replace some production that's out there, but they'll never take away the human feel. They'll never take away the emotion that a producer can put into their music to make music be what it is. Second thing I'll say,
No, go ahead.
second thing I'll say is, if you do be getting those robocalls, please don't say yes. Please don't say no. Don't say hello, who is it, who this is. None of that stuff, because that's
Right.
the
Don't even pick
information.
up if you don't recognize the number.
Yeah. I always do this when they call. I always cough. I just cough to make them
same.
prompt to say something, and then
Yep.
I'm like, okay, it's a robocall. Click
Hang up.
and hang up. But yeah. What I was gonna say last, to cut that off. Now that we know this information is out here, as you all said, to your point, use the information that you got to be smart about the business, and use the AI when it's when it helps you. If you got to use an AI singer to sing a hook on your tracks, then by all means use an AI singer to sing the hooks. But when you get to making a sound that sounds like a popular artist, such as, let's say, Mary J. Blige. Let's say you got a beat and you want Mary J. Blige to be on the hook. Now, when you ask an AI to impersonate Mary J. Blige, and then you put that music out there without paying for her likeness, then that's where the business gets to be.
That's an ethical problem.
That's where the business gets to be nasty.
May I add one more thing too, sir? So I think this is the best time for creatives to center on a brand. You know what I mean? Because record labels are all like a conglomerate right now. They're all together or whatever. I was like, man, does it really pay to really sign to a record label? So I think it's really would really benefit if you get people that rock with you, and then you basically sell to them. The brand is what you're doing now, like what you're selling. Or whatever. I think just try to connect the people who rock with you. I think that's what's been working for me. People rock with me, and I rock back with them. You know what I mean? A sincere like connection with with your audience or whatever. And I just think that is the new way how things are gonna be done. I think that's just how it was. That's not necessarily new, but I just think that's how it's being done. I think getting a record deal is old. I think streaming is old. I think all that stuff is just about somebody else that don't create anything coming and stealing from you, the creators. You know what I mean? So I think what it is, man, is like we got to get out of this whole thing of looking at Beyonce and marveling over the fact that she got 100 million fans. You know what I mean? Everyone is allotted a certain number, a certain of degree of an audience or fans, right? Mary J probably has 100 million fans, right? Masada probably has 3,000. You know what I mean? You gotta be fine with that, because that 3,000 will help you, will push you, will support you, because you never know. One of those 3,000 might be a multi-millionaire, and every time you throwing out something, they always, paying you. They always buying or whatever. They're always supporting you somehow. I think we have to just be happy about the audience that we have in general. I mean, you know what I mean? Be content with that. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, it's finally out for G3, so.
Sorry about that.
Your background was like, oh yeah, that's a great point that you made, Masada. Big up all the Masada truth them. You know what I'm saying? All right, before I get to my point, let me hit to the comments and see what people are saying. Black Ghost None says same here. Ghetto Style says a lot more artists are staying independent now. That's a fact, and that's super important. Black Ghost says sub, Sim Big City World Media. Great. Shameless plug. I respect it. Anyway, moving. Ghetto Style says, I definitely think it will get to that point. And everybody's saluting it up. But before I land my point, I want to share something with everybody in the room, because I think that this is the forefront, one of the forefathers in hip hop that brought the conversation. Now I'm saying he's the technological, I call him a technological forefather. My translation, you're not responsible for that interpretation. I'll just share the screen right now, and I want you to check out what he has to say.
It's time for the innovators to dream what is the new experience. What's the new way of song listening? So you mean to tell me with AI that we're going to mimic how we used to do music? Well, AI is going to do a better job of that.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be a great mimicker. But right now, it's not the dream.
Yeah.
AI is not dreaming new things up from nowhere. That's our neural network. That's what we do. So creators will always be needed in this space.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to push myself to be that innovator, creator around these tools, putting teams together to ideate and materialize ideations.
Yeah, and will.i.am is literally at the forefront of AI. In fact, so much so, before I share my point to this, he's discussed it in an interview. will.i.am says, for anything to get good at something, it has to reference and copy something. And AI is already great at mimicking paintings, illustrations, marketing plan strategies, but it also creates. I urge every person that's working in the AI space, every person that works in governance and regulation and setting protection protocols for people and humanity. Essence and likeness is important. Fighting for people's likenesses, people's essence, protecting people and their civil liberties and their communities. This is what we should be doing. We're not saying regulations to stop innovation. What we're saying is regulations for people. And here's where I'll land my point on that. I encourage everybody that's watching the stream right now, type in will.i.am talks about AI on the Breakfast Club. He did it twice. And then he says AI, like everybody's shared here in the stream, it's not going anywhere. You're going to have to adapt, evolve, or just not, or just get ran over. But what will.i.am is talking about more so is that since AI is here to stay, everybody needs to patent their learning language model, which is their voice, their likeness, and things of that nature, so that they can protect that body of digital work, your digital signature. The same fingerprint we use to open our iPads or Apple devices or phones or whatever have you, we need to patent that because this is where the market's going. What I will say for music producers, the record labels are laying off a lot of people. I don't know specifically why, because I don't work at a record label. But hey, I'm a father. My son is losing his goddamn mind in the background. So please, this is live, all right? So if you hear something in the background, nobody's getting strangled. It's just my son, and he's 1 year old. If you got a problem, hit me in the comments and say, hey, fatherhood. Anyway, moving forward. So what I'm saying is that labels are doing this. Think about this. If I ran the independent label, and I'm just putting this out there, we're going to talk selfish, then we're going to talk people who are quote-unquote ethical, because I personally think there's no such thing as ethical AI. We can talk on the other side with that. People who are selfish. If I ran a label, and I don't have money to pay for producers, I'm just going to pay a subscription monthly to Suno AI, a subscription monthly to however you pronounce that website or whatever website. Get the loops, create the beat, put my artists on it, and see what sticks. Now, music is now becoming factory-rized. That's not even a word. I made it up. Factory motorized. I put them together and made up a word. See, we fathers in the house, Beats in Bed.
Oh, yeah.
They don't know what it's like. We fathers that stream. You know what I'm saying? So it's a factory right now. So you have certain people in labels, certain indie labels, certain artists that are spitting out 30 songs a day. And they're throwing everything at the wall and seeing with a stick. These are the current times. Now, as Masada, BeatsNBed and Beatsbylonza was talking, this is the point I'll land on. This whole AI conversation that we're having in 2024 right now reminds me of people's mentalities when it went from analog to digital music. People are like, oh, digital doesn't have the soul in it. If it's not on tape, it ain't great. But it's here to stay, right? So, yes, getting back on the statements that everybody said, BeatsNBed, Masada, and Beatsbylonza, it's here to stay. Number one, ethical or unethical, there's nothing you can do with it. You're going to have to adapt. And three, you're going to have to monetize and protect your intellectual property, your learning language model, your voice, your production, your style. Because if you don't, then you're going to get robbed like everybody else. And before I bring it to the floor for everybody's response, let me check out some more comments. Black Ghost, beats are being mass produced. Yes, they are. They're being mass produced like styrofoam cartons in Chinese food shops in New York. You feel what I'm saying? If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Mass produced. Get Us Out says, will.i.am owes an AI company. And he was super smart to capitalize on that for sure. But fellas, before I even move on to the next segment of pro and cons when it comes to AI, anything that you want to add to what will.i.am said or just add to the conversation before I move on to the points?
No, it's just me and Beats in Bed was talking about this briefly in our private conversation about, having the courage to be a creative. You know what I mean? It's like that's very important. You know what I mean? It's okay to be yourself, whatever that is. Find that and bring it out of you. So that's all. I mean, that's very important as a creative. Keep creating. Find a way how to keep creating. Like you can't go by what other people want sometimes. Because I'm going to say something that's going to be very offensive. A lot of people are sheep. They don't want to think. Like, and sometimes people come along who basically are going to think for them and move them along. Like, say, when I'm in my creative mode, whenever I'm helping a Kai or making my kits or whatever I'm doing, I'm thinking the thoughts are coming from me. I'm not thinking about, like, hey, what would Beats in Bed want? What would Lonze want? I'm saying, yo, what would I want? You know what I mean? And then when I come up with the idea, I present it and say, hey, this, that, this. You know what I mean? This is how it works. I don't. I just think you just have to have the courage to be yourself and keep creating, just like will.i.am said. You know what I mean? I just think that is very important. A lot of us get into this whole thing where we want to be accepted. Being accepted is not a good thing for a man. That is not a good thing. As a man, you're supposed to be able to go on your own, have the courage to move on your own. This just doesn't work like that. You can't want to appease everyone all the time. Have the courage. That's it.
I'm sorry, that be a man line had me cracking up, and then my 1-year-old
Facts.
probably said amen in baby language because you screaming like a madman.
I love your 1-year-olds and your 9-year-old. Let me tell you this: one day you're gonna look back at this time and miss it.
No, I'm
my
not.
kids,
I'm a dickhead.
I
No, I'm
have
not.
almost a 21-year-old and a 19-year-old, and sometimes I look at them and they actually taller than me now, and I'm like, I'm 5'9", but my kids are taller than me, and I look back and I miss that time when I was able to carry them and stuff like so.
Mhm.
All right, let me stop, man.
Same. I'm with you.
No,
Same,
no,
bro.
and
You
you
preaching.
speaking facts. I'm just one of those adults. I don't like children. I like people don't want to say it. I'm one of those adults. I'm like, little boy,
That's
start
funny.
talking so I can know what the problem is. Is it doo-doo, caca? Is it milk, or is it sleep? I don't listen. People, adults, they be like, oh my God, the baby's cute. I'm like, here, take your little baby back. I can't deal. I'm not one of those parents. I'm not Mr. Friendly. That's why you have a wife that has the balance. She's the nice one. I'm the devil in the house. So I just know who I am. I play my position perfectly.
I feel
You know what I'm saying? God bless y'all who think babies are cute. I don't. I have a son. I love him. Please learn how to speak. I'm not the one. I'm not Google Gaga, man. I can't. Anyway, moving forward. Let me get some comments out the way. So real quick. Black Ghost None, the Blatantly Blatant Networks in the house. What's up, Blatantly? Black Ghost. And they're giving shout outs. With Masada, he says, what's up with shout outs? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm on one. Listen, I had a stressful day today about production, not nothing else. We're talking about a great topic right now. Before I move on further, I want to share this one more clip from Will because I want to get as much data as possible so I can share it to the audience. Check this out right quick.
As what social media has done to society. We haven't seen that yet. And let's hope that regulators, policymakers get their stuff together so it doesn't end up that way. We can't have it to where companies lead with greed, because we're just going to have some version, even worse, what Web 2.0 and social media did to society, where our civil liberties are compromised, democracy is compromised, privacy compromised. We shouldn't repeat that with this level of tech, where we have dupe machines, mimic machines, but the technology on the other hand is spectacular. It help bridge the gap on who gets access to the best education. It will help unearth tomorrow's industries, because at the same time, it will topple the industries that we know now. It hasn't got.
And that's the thing. Like, before I let anybody speak, I'm gonna be honest with you. Capitalism means greed. I think that, again, I love will.i.am. I think any producer watching this, and again, I super respect will.i.am. I'm talking about the perspective. My son obviously agrees. This shit is crazy. I'm never going to stream with my kid up. This is why my parents gave me Diamond Tab. Moving on. Let me get to the subject. The point is this. I think it's naive for any music producer to think that you're going to be in an industry where AI, this tech exists, and people are not going to capitalize it and run it like crazy. Let me give you a quick example. I'm in my 40s. People in the age range, they know what I'm talking about. When CD duplicate machines came out in the hood, Remember the towers of CDs that can dub mad songs? Anytime a mixtape came out, if it was on cassette, we was plugging it up to it, and people said, "Oh, you shouldn't do that." Nah, we was getting like $1,000, like every 2 days, off of duplicating mixtapes on CDs and selling them all throughout the streets. This is AI, ladies and gentlemen. People are going to spit out beats after beats after beats after beats, but I'm going to put it back on Beats and Bed's point and put it back on Masada's point and Lonza's point. You're going to have to learn how to monetize because this is the wild, wild digital west. Nobody cares about your feelings. Nobody cares. If they see something dope and it works, they're going to take your style, run with it. That's how it was in early hip hop. But see, I like hip hop for this reason. Hip hop had a regulation system called stomp on the face beat down if you try to bite. I don't know how that's going to translate with AI. I think that a level of accountability should be there. Before I pass to the floor, there's some new people in the chat with some great names. Pop-Tarts and Grape Soda says AI.
like that.
Can't play a keyboard. Just cop the Roland 06 and a Yamaha 473. I'm not going to hold you. The picture, the Pop-Tarts and Grape Soda,
I know.
I think it's cool as heck.
You read my mind.
I don't know, but I think it's cool. I'm not going to hate. If you think AI is your friend and you think you're in the system and people are going to be, oh, let's be ethical. No, people are trying to get to the bag. It's an inflation era. And if I was a 16-year-old and I had AI, oh, I'm pumping out 100 beats a day and I'm posting them. I'm sorry, it's capitalism, but I'm going to leave it to the floor based on what I just said.
Yo, so my main thing, and I'm gonna stick to this point, is just be careful, y'all. You know what I mean? A lot of times when you go into these AI generators and all of this stuff, ChatGPT, Stable Diffusion, all of this, they have fine print in there. Make sure y'all read that fine print because they are using your information and they're putting it into a database and then they're spitting it back out. So you want to be mindful of what you're putting out there. Just be careful. I mean, it's even to the point now where I don't know if y'all have gotten into Stable Diffusion or LoRa's and stuff like that. They're putting realistic faces out there. You know what I mean? And you got to ask yourself, where are they getting this information from? So this could be your nose on somebody's face one day or your eyes on somebody's face one day. So just protect yourself by all means. That's my biggest jewel.
Let me add to that real quick. That's why, like blatantly says, ghetto styles. Nobody in hip hop rule is long gone. I think that, listen, I do not encourage violence, but I think there needs to be physical correction if somebody steals your intellectual property. And that physical correction could be walking to your lawyer's office. I have other methods. I think you should walk to your lawyer's office, but there needs to be a physical correction aspect legally. All right, Masada, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I want to say shout out to my boy Ghetto Styles, man. Yo, check him out.
Salute.
Like,
Yeah,
subscribe to him. Yo, he's a great talent, man. Like,
he is.
He's dope. And let me tell you something about ethics. I'm going off subject. Yo, this dude is one of the most ethical and moral dudes I know. And I'm telling you, follow that dude. I'm telling you, he does great. He's just a great human being. That's all I'm saying.
Ghetto Styles is dope. I want you on the stream as well. Everybody give a shout out to Ghetto Styles. Subscribe to Ghetto Styles. Subscribe to the Blatantly Blatant Network. Subscribe to Beats in Bed. Subscribe to Masada. Subscribe to Beatsbylonza. Hey, guess what? It's free, ladies and gentlemen. Clicking a subscribe button on everybody's channel I just mentioned. That's free. That's a free exercise, right? Sharing their videos is a free exercise.
If you have not yet, please like the stream. Please like it.
Please like it. Again, it's free, ladies and gentlemen. Click. Let's do it again. Click. That's it. It's free. Lonza, you want to add a point? I know.
Let's. I'll say this. Two things I want to say. I have a friend of mine. Tell a quick story. I got a friend of mine that's a Marine that he does not do social media, and I know that about him. He don't like social media. He don't show his face and all that kind of stuff. Sent me a video. And in this video, he's talking to me, and I'm listening to the video, and he's saying, "Hey, I work with this company now. You should check them out." And it's his face, it's his voice, and everything. And he's saying he's going through this whole spiel. "Hey, I work with this company now. They do this thing where you can make money if you do such and such and such with them. All you gotta do is give them a call. You know, I'm working with this person named blah 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 blah. You just got to give them a call. Trust me, you're gonna enjoy what they bring to the table, and you're gonna make so much money, blah 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 blah." And so I was like, this don't sound like him though, like not audibly sound like him, but the way that it was presented was like he would never come at me like that and present something like a business offer to me like that. And so I hit him up and I was like, "Hey, yo, what's this business that you're talking about? And he's like, what you talking about? And I said, bro, I got a video. I got a video from you saying to hit up this person and get into this business. And he was like, man, I got hacked. He said he clicked on the link on somebody's joint and he got hacked, and they got his likeness, his voice, his movements, his everything. And you could not tell the difference between whether it was real or fake. Like, I watched it and I was like, bro, I don't know.
That's
It was like one of
crazy.
those,
That's
it's
crazy.
like one of those 007 moments where you like,
That's crazy.
wow.
spooky.
But yeah,
Do
That's
y'all-
they
This
can
is
do
why
that.
physical correction
do
is
y'all
necessary.
understand?
Walk to the lawyer's office or walk
Do
on a
you
person.
understand
Sorry,
why
Greg.
I do the stuff that I be doing now and stuff like, cause stuff like that, man. It's like weird stuff, bro. You gotta be careful, man.
So yeah,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I forgot what my other point was, but I'll leave it at that.
No,
Again,
that's mind blowing. That blew my mind.
then there's deepfake technology where somebody can go to our YouTube channels, take our likeness from our array of videos, and then deepfake us to do some wild, erroneous stuff. This is why
Yeah.
holding your license and licensing your stuff is important. I do want to add with this the pros and cons. According to this article I saw on AI, you guys tell me how you feel on the other side of it, because I want to get your feelings about this pros and cons right now. So according to this article, pros and cons are increased efficiency, overcoming creative blocks, democratization of music production. Now, see, before I even move further, I have a problem with this word democratization.
What
That
does it
seems like the
mean?
new
That's
catchphrase
a big
to try
word.
to just like bag you. According to them, they said AI powered tools are making music production more accessible to aspiring artists who may not have the formal training or access to expensive equipment. With user friendly interfaces and preset options, these tools allow anybody with the creative vision to bring their musical ideas to life. Listen, whoever wrote this article, no shot at you, but this sounds like legalized biting. I'm sorry. Word
Yeah.
democratization sounds like legalized biting. Well, let's move further before I get everybody to the room. Fourth, new sounds and experimentation. Again, you sound like you pitching me. 5, cost-effective production. Now, according to them, here are the cons of using AI music. Potential loss of human touch. Homogenization. Say that 3 times. Homogenization of music. 3, copyright and ownership issues. My favorite. 4, dependence on technology. That's the area I do want us to discuss before we get to other areas. And 5, job displacement and concerns. Mind you, this is an AI site I got that information from. Here's the thing. It's a dog eat dog world. Music production, like any multi-billion-dollar industry, is all about capitalism. It's a dog eat dog industry. If you're in sound design, it's dog eat dog. If you're in music production, it's dog eat dog. You're going to have to adapt or die. Like the movie 300. Hey, in order to be a Spartan, we got to send you out in the freezing cold. And by the way, wolves are trying to eat you up. You're going to survive and come back with the wolf skin, or it's a dub for you. That's the marketplace right now with AI. I'm not giving a negative tint. Before I give hands to the panel, let me see some comments right here. Black Ghost None. How was the rest of the world responsible for feeding your lack thereof? I don't understand. Please explain in the comments. I'm taking that 3 different ways. That's BS. He's probably talking about democratization. Pop-Tarts and grape soda again. Let's take it back to ciphers and NPC-style beat-making tapes. Listen,
Facts.
if we all focus on making beat tapes and selling it for $15 a pop, and speaking of that, everybody go to Beats and Beds page right now and download that free expansion. Don't just download it, send a donation so we can make more. Everybody go to Beats by Lonza's page because he has beat tapes up made by the NPCs. Key, the S2400 different beat machines. Everybody go get your cycle kit. If you're a producer from Masada's page, thecyclekit.com. Invest in creators. Let's take it back to ciphers. Invest in beat tapes and cycle kits. Next comment. You like the pluggy? The Perfectionist. I love the way that sound. What's good, gentlemen? Sizzle 560. Big up to who you are. I don't know what that means. Big up, thanks here. The Perfectionist. Love the way you spelled that. Blatant network facts. LOL. That's it. It's a dog eat dog world. How do you fellas feel about just what was said about the democratization, the hominization, the rhymization, and the nice frilly words for people trying to justify biting? How do you feel about that?
Stealing is stealing. Who cares about the big words they use to get your mind off of what's really happening? It's a bait and switch. Stealing is stealing. If you're copying somebody else's work and it's not your own and you're selling it off as it's yours, that's just like you said. It needs to come back to a time where you're getting beat down, you're getting fined, there's some type of consequence to your actions that you're doing. So yeah, I don't believe in stealing. It's the same thing with YouTube game. You're making content, somebody's recreating your video using the same verbiage that you use just to see if they can do, better numbers than you did, and it's not being authentic and being themselves. So going back to that point, nobody can be you. You can be your own original self, and you just got to, if you're gonna be in this particular game, you gotta just know that these are the things that are out there to harm you, and you gotta learn to work around these things and get ahead of it and stay ahead of it before it gets to be, before it gets to be bad and you get ate up with the wolves.
Let me add to that. I like to ate up with the wolves. You smooth operated that last line. I see you ate it up, with the wolves. Anyway, real talk. Everybody, every music producer that's watching this, I did this exercise as a teenager because I always wanted to be a lawyer. And I was always the one that my rapper friends or producer friends would bring their contracts to read. I encourage every music producer, just so that you don't fall for the bait and switch language, download a bunch of contracts. Get familiar with terminology. Think about it. If we can all scroll for hours reading captions, how many books you think we read out of somebody else's profile scrolling the internet? Everybody download record contracts, production agreements. Hey, work for hire contracts, even though I advise against them. Hey, content contracts, and study the bait and switch wording like democratization, harmonization, or your likeness in perpetuity. You know what I'm saying? Read and understand the language, because the language that people are using. Can you imagine if a girl cheated on you, that she was in a long-term relationship? I didn't cheat on you. I just temporarily shared my energy with another individual. Stop with the homogenization of the language. Everybody just study contracts, study the game. You got to study the game. Everybody, I got to study the game. All big YouTubers out there, we got to go study videos. We got to go study paperwork. If you really want to be great at production, study. Let's give a Masada example. He has the cycle kits. Your man is probably knee deep in LFOs and oscillators. You feel what I'm saying? Knee deep in software to become the master of his craft. BeatsBylonza. We don't just call him the drum machine specialist because it's a cool little rinky-dink name. Your man knows the ins and out of the S2400. He has mad MPCs in his house. Look like you robbed 3 guitar centers. It's a joke. It's a joke. Just a joke. Your man looked like he just, the guitar center fell out the back of the truck and it's in his crib, but he knows different workflows, which makes him the drum machine specialist. BeatsNBed just released an MPC expansion. He didn't just throw sounds into something. You got to know how the game work. I said this earlier in the phone. I think the line said, it's like Mitch and paid in full. I just love the game. That's why I'm good at it. If you don't master your craft, siren mouth. Sorry. My son is on 10 right now. If you don't master your craft, then who are you going to be competitive towards in an industry that's dog eat dog? I'll go to the comments. I'll bring it to everybody else. Hold on. Ghetto Styles. Likeness and perpetuity throughout the universe is nasty work. It is mega nasty work. Polar Night. Somebody else with a dope name. As a barber, as always, I showed this show. I love this show, and it is a perfect evolution of beard growth. What type of pitch language is this? A million beats. Masada, what's good, my G? Well, listen, Polar Lights, since you like the plug, let's talk about your little comment here. Sorry, it's the KaleafwinsNYC show. We're going to get ratchet a little bit. As a barber, as always, I love this show. It is the perfect evolution of beard growth that you're seeing every day. Bipolar Nights Beard Grow Beard. All right, you got your little time to shine the light. All right, we're going to move forward. You know what I'm saying?
No,
everybody has to, before I get the beats. I'm sorry, what happened?
I think he's giving us a shout out with our beards. Everybody got different beard
Oh, he is?
attributes in the shot.
Oh, I'm sorry, Polar Nights. Listen, my beard don't connect. That's the attitude of a person who beard. I got the crackhead non-connecting beard right now. So pardon me, Polar Nights. I apologize. I got a New York reaction. My beard don't connect. It's ridiculous. How you Puerto Rican and black, your beard don't connect. I don't know. Lonze got the black Santa Claus on. You know what I'm saying? We got the dark Bruce Wayne over there in Masada's house. BeatsNBed is fresh like he about to go to prom. I'm different. I got the crackhead connection beard. You feel what I'm saying? Thank you, Polar Nights. I will say this. Like Paul McCartney and Jimi Hendrix mastered their guitar. Like blues artists, like John Baptiste. Everybody go check out his new project. I think Beethoven and Blues, how he mastered the keyboard at Juilliard. Producers, you will not only have to master your software craft, your hardware craft, but you got to master your business craft. And since AI in the music industry is here, producers won't get replaced unless they don't study their craft and stay on top of their game. I want to add that there. Pop Tarts and Grape Soda. Yo, I love saying your name, fam. Pop Tarts and Grape Soda. Is there a Masada sample kit for the Ableton Move yet? Ooh, good question, Masada.
Ooh.
I mean,
Good.
samples. You can use my samples in anything, but the cycle feature is basically kind of exclusive to the Akai MPC. Is because, hey man, it's in the name, Masada MPC. That's my preferred choice. You know what I mean? I have made some stuff for Fruity Loops before, Machine and everything, but they all didn't work exactly how the MPC works. The MPC is just superior in what it does. And the future stuff that's about to happen, it's going to even just do it even that much better. Y'all see he got the 8 layers in 3.0. You see how you also have that new uh, a chopping method that actually triggers per slice or whatever 128 slices and stuff like that. So the new Cycle Kit 8 and stuff is going to be on the next level or whatever, and I can't wait I can get that to you guys.
But hey, you should pick up the Cycle Kit anyway because the WAV files are there. Am I correct, Masada?
Yes, that's
and
right.
You can drag it and drop it in the Ableton Move because you know why? Invest in independent sound designers and producers. You feel what I'm saying? Invest. When you pick up that BeatsNBed free expansion, don't click 0, click 20. You know what I'm saying? When you go to Beatsbylonza and see the beat tip on Bandcamp, don't click 15, click 30. Invest in independent producers.
Volume 2 is on the way, 11/11, y'all. So if y'all ready for that,
all right,
it's
now,
fire, bro. It's gonna be fire.
It's gonna be fire. And guess what? Here's the kicker. I'm gonna pitch this out to y'all. Maybe y'all say, Khalif, you're tripping. Everybody who buys a Cycle Kit, everybody who buys a Beatsbylonza, a beat tape, everybody who buys a BeatsNBed expansion, when you do a video after you purchase it, maybe your video can be featured in their marketing. I'm just putting it out there. It's up to them. I'm just putting it out there. No pressure.
That's only fair. I'm just like, look, it's like support your look. We have all got to learn how to support each other, and I keep pushing that, even in the MPC family or whatever. I just don't know where this whole thing of like everyone is so consumed with devouring each other, but in a bad way. No one wants to support each other, but everybody wants to take. But then they expect to be supported, but you're consistently taking from other people. It makes no sense. Look, we got. We gotta support each other. Like point blank period. Like, yo, go to BeatsNBed, man, and support them. Go to my site, support me. Khalif, man, this dude is a marketing man. You know what I mean? Pretty soon, probably gonna want to be rich. We gotta support him. You know, Beatsbylonza, we gotta help him get another machine. You know what I mean?
Do we?
Yeah.
You do. Support each other. That's what we gotta do. I am so tired of everyone just taking from somebody else and saying F you, right? And don't want to support each other. But then they turn around and want to be supported by other people. How does that work?
It doesn't.
I don't get it, man. Like the selfishness and the self-centeredness of all of this is kind of irritating. It's like I said, it's like when I set out to do stuff, I do stuff out of a pureness. I just grab and do things for people. I don't expect anything. Now, that's just me. I can't superimpose that on everybody. But I find it really hard to understand other people who don't see it like that. We all on this planet together. Each one teach one. We all got to take care of each other. And the people who are evil, don't mess with them. Just don't deal with them. I'm just saying, man, support is a good thing, bro. Just support each other. That's all. Let me just leave it there.
No, I think it needs to be said, because if we were talking about other industries, if we were talking about a room of hackers that go to a hackathon, they support by sharing code strategies. If we're talking about people in different industries, they support, and that lifts up the entire industry. That's why I will forever promote Beatsbylonza. I will forever promote Masada Cycle Kit, because they are tools. I will forever support BeatsNBed because they're creating tools. And hey, if you love my content, I do want to make new videos, and I do need a camera. Hit me up on my Cash App, $Kaleafwins. Listen, I want to make more videos, and this costs. But everybody in the chat right now, we got 12 people in the chat. I want the 13 people. Please drop questions. There's Masada here. There's BeatsNBed here. There's Beatsbylonza. I want to hear from everybody. Just drop a question. You got Masada here. You got BeatsNBed here. You got Beatsbylonza in here. Yes, Lonzo, I'm not hating. You do deserve another drum machine. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? This man's brain is a walking technological Rolodex of workflow. I don't understand. Drop questions in the chat. Ask them. You have access to them. You've seen their videos. You've seen what they've done. Do you have questions about workflow? Do you got questions about the game? Do you got questions about YouTube? Yes, I am Mr. Marketing. I don't talk about it like I should. You have questions about YouTube. And while we move to the next portion of the AI music production, we all agree while we wait for the questions in the chat, producer not getting replaced unless they don't adapt. That's all. We're all in agreement of that, correct?
Yeah. You're not gonna adapt. Yeah, you're not gonna get replaced, man. It's just have new ideas. Just have ideas. Have courage to express those ideas. And I'm repeating myself. Like, guys, like, man, live your life with courage. Life is a gift. It's a gift, and it's meant to be lived. It's like, stop being a crab. Stop being a scavenger. Always looking for the bottom. You know what I mean? Aim for the top. You don't know where you might come out. You don't know where you might go.
That's a bar. What did you say? Stop going for the bottom, aim for the top. That's a bar. Yo,
it's like yo, when I come from nothing, and I came and basically helped one of the greatest brands on the planet kind of come up out of obscurity. You know what I mean? I invented Lazy Chop. Project Preview. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we can go through, but let's not do that because I want to make this about me. Or whatever. I'm nothing, and I influenced the whole world with my ideas. I came from nothing. And that was because I didn't settle for somebody saying I'm nothing. I had ambition. I said, look, when I got the opportunity, I took advantage of the opportunity. Like, life is meant to be lived. And so when you live, man, you got to work, man. You got to take advantage of it. Point blank. And we live in the richest country on the planet. There are people who would die to be where we're at. Like, take advantage of that.
No, that's a fact. Like, I don't think you're beating a dead horse. I think you're reiterating an important fact. And I think with the wisdom, listen, I'm going to be totally real with you. It is great to see somebody where we're from in the position that you're at within tech. We're not talking drum machines. We're talking tech. And I always tell that to you when I communicate to you, because think about it, everybody that's watching this chat, the 13 people right now. How many people look like you and come from where you come that are in tech and things of that nature? Big shout out to the Bitch Please podcast. Hey, y'all, what's going on? Big podcast up in here. Blatantly says, Sim City salute. Yo, you are the saluting sheep, Blatantly. I need to get you up in this. You are the salute, dog. I need to get you up in this stream. Like, but think about it. He's not beating a dead horse. He's somebody that looks like us from where we're at in tech, and behind the closed doors, making the tools that we all use and love to this day. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody, please. And I always say this per stream, but I don't care. And going back to what Masada said about use your gift. I'm literally about to go to my homegirl's funeral Monday. Great person. And I know everybody's going to speak on the mic. I'm not going to want to stay there that long because I'm going to get emotional. I'm just going to say this. She had plans last time I seen her. Yo, we got to link up. We got to do this. 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 Full of life. Gone. And I'm thinking, Dag, what were the missed impact points that she didn't get to in her life? We don't know when that door is going to knock and call. You feel what I'm saying? So if you have a gift, if you have a beat idea, if you have a project, look at BeatsBylonza. What, this time last year? If you would have looked at your Bandcamp last year and see what it looked like now, you'd have shocked yourself, wouldn't you? BeatsBylonza channel was here. In 6 months, it's here. And he's monetized because what did Masada say? You got to put yourself out there. You got to put your gift out there. You got to want to help people. I know it sounds like I missed the motivation. Think about Quincy Jones. Look at SimCity Big World Media. Quincy Jones music got to give you chills when you hear it. That's when you know you got a hit. Look at Quincy. Quincy's no longer here, but look at Quincy and the road that he paved, the music that helped people just relax, that people can sample, that his family can say, that's my great-grandfather, that's my grandfather, that's my daddy. I really want everybody to think about this before we close the stream and I give everybody their points of reference to, to plug what they're going to plug. Really use your gift because you never know. Did I want to put my face in the internet about 2 years ago? No. But I got tired of seeing people talk about the same conversations and have the same thing. And we call that in New York verbal masturbation, where people just say, hey, you're great. Hey, you're great. Circle jerk. I don't like that talk. I like to have fun, but I like to highlight great minds like BeatsNBed, Masada, Beatsbylonza, and anybody that's on my platform. Use your gift, because your life can end tomorrow, but you will be pissed wherever you're at in the afterlife. Said, dag, I should have dropped those 10 beat tape ideas I had. Dag, I should have came out with, this sound design project I had. Dag, I wish my kids can hear me rap, but I'm afraid to rap because of this. So I'm afraid to start a podcast. Stop being afraid and just release your content. It's DJ Jazzy Jeff mindset. Give all your stuff, put it in the universe. It'll come back to you. Sell some, give the rest away. Create your fan base. Like Masada said early in the conversation, Beyonce has this many fans. You literally only need 300 fans. Across a 12-month period, give you $100 a year. What, $9 a month? And the 3 times 100, come on, fam, that's more than people's paychecks at a day job they hate going to. Use your gifts. I didn't know about Masada till I seen the cycle kit. Then I said, oh, another sound pack. But then when I see what it did, I'm like, bro, really? How long you took time with that? Big shout to the Soul 100 as well. Like, how long you took you to put time with that? You know what I'm saying? We never know. Think about this. And before everybody finishes watching the stream, the 14 people that are here, I want you, when you get off this stream and you stop watching the stream and you go back to your usual day, your night, right? I want you to write down, what are the big dreams that you have really been fronting on within yourself? And then for the next 52 weeks, just go hard. Do it week by week.
Yeah, just do it.
Just do it.
Fucking just do it. You could die tomorrow.
Word. So I'll leave everybody with closing statements. I'll start with BeatsNBed. Everybody have closing statements, and we'll close this off. We can't hear you. What happened?
Oh, his mic is muted. Mic muted.
Your mic is muted.
We can't hear you. Seem like you switched mics. While we wait for you, hold on.
I think he's on now.
All right, go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, bad. My bad. AI, here to stay. Don't be afraid of it. Get with it. You know what I mean? It's a very powerful tool.
Mm-hmm.
It can be harmful, but it can also be great. Just learn how to use it. It's funny, right? I haven't eaten at McDonald's in a long time, and I went there. I was door dashing, and I walked in, and I noticed that they no longer have people at the registers anymore. You know what I'm saying? And that really threw me off. I was like, wow, AI is really taking over. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so the jobs are going to get cut, but you want to be that person in the forefront of it and learning how to use this stuff, because it's powerful tools. I'm telling y'all.
True.
So when it comes to music production, learn it, man. Learn new ways to use it. That's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about the new innovation of how we can use this stuff. You know, like Masada was saying earlier, we can take a bass like in the style of Timbaland, take a snare in the style of Masada. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fire to me. You know what I mean? But don't bite. We don't do no biting.
No.
But I really appreciate all y'all coming to the stream, man. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, big shout out. And thank you for sharing that, for sure. Masada, any closing words?
I want to say BeatsNBed, I'm proud of you, brother.
Thank
I want to say Lonza, I love the beard, man. You know what I mean? But I'm looking forward to the day where you say, I'm done with buying all these damn pieces of equipment. And Khalif, look, man, bro, the marketing thing, I can see that you're going to be big one day, man. Just keep at it or whatever else like this. And for one, I want to say I'm humble and I'm grateful that y'all even have me on your platform. I really appreciate this. You know what I mean? I would just like to say, hey, guys, please just have courage, man, to care for one another, to look out for one another, to help one another. You know what I mean? Like, do good while you're here. Spread good while you're here. Because we're surrounded by a whole bunch of negative. You don't have to know the person to be related to the person to do good. Just do it. You don't have to be religious to do it. Just do it. You know what I mean? And I guess I want to say, go to thecyclekid.com, support your boy.
You better plug.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, because
right
it's
now.
just like, I look, I would be honest with you, like, it helps when y'all go and buy my kits and whatever. And I don't do stupid stuff with the money or whatever else like that. I appreciate you. I do sincerely love each and every one of you or whatever. I have no need to hurt y'all or hate y'all. And everything I do is because I want to see each and every one of you guys basically be okay. If you need me, hit me. I'm here. I'm out. I'm out here. And
Let me
that's
add
all.
to that. Let me add to that. Don't be a stalker. Let's just I'm just gonna put that preference out.
Word.
Don't be a weirdo in people's DMs. Hey,
Yeah.
brother, you know what I'm saying? The psycho,
No, don't
the
do
Lord
that.
told me for you to give me all the psycho kids. Don't be a weirdo in the DMs. You feel what I'm
Nah,
saying?
don't get me wrong. I'm a nice guy, but I'm not dumb and I'm not weak.
Mm.
I'm not that at all. I will block you. Like I will block you. You know what I mean, if you come off weird, man. But yeah, guys, man, look, I love this what y'all got going on, and I'm looking forward to where it go and stuff like and beats in bed, bro. Bro, like I'm saying, you're a young guy. Like I'm saying, man, like do not be overly influenced by people with no direction. You figure out your own path.
Man, you
You
talking,
figure
brother.
out your own path, man, and stuff like this. And then when you figure it out, be a damn man and have the courage to follow it through.
Mm,
Mm.
mm. That's
I'm old as
strong.
hell and I need to hear that. I'm
That's
old as hell. I need
strong
to
a little bit.
Yeah. So and that's that. I just said it's the older line. I got to tell the younger line. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know what I mean? That's what we supposed
Word.
to do or whatever. But I'm done. I'm done.
Now,
And if
listen,
Man,
you ever
I,
need me
thank you,
again, I'm
bro.
here.
well, I want to say on behalf of everybody before we get to Lonze, thank you, and I thank you for coming to stream because I have begged, right, Lonze? I have begged. I jumped on Lonze's stream. Masada, can you please come on the stream? I was begging. I was
Nah,
pitching every
it's
time.
I just don't like being out there too much because you got a lot of weird things going on. This conversation we got into it about it. You know what I mean? Had a lot of weird stuff going on out here. So, I just kind of just want to stay behind the scenes and do what it is I do, help people in the way I help or whatever else like that. And that's it, man. So
No, we appreciate it, and I'm not gonna lie.
Word.
I love the Dark Knight aesthetic. You
That's
look
fire.
like a lit DC villain right now. I'm loving the aesthetic. I'm not going. I like the ghost face killer. You don't know my face, but you know the presence. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Masada. Thank you, Beats in Bed. Lonze, any closing words?
Yeah, you stole my thunder when you were saying thank you, but again, to the myth, the legend, the person that don't show his face in videos, Mr. Masada, thank you for being on the stream, and it's an honor to be in the same space as you. So thank you. I want to say that I've watched so many of your videos where I'm looking in the video like I can't see his face. I wonder if I know him from somewhere. I'm trying to see what he looks like. And I think one video where there was a reflection of you bobbing your head, and I was like, okay, I kind of see
You
his
dead
face.
serious with looking at reflections?
Yeah. Because I was like, I don't
Sometimes you want to see who's behind the camera.
he's a legend and a ghost without a face. Like you
Right.
never see his face anywhere on any of the videos. So I was like, I wonder if I'm gonna catch him in the video this time. And I was like,
you'll
I
see me in
seen
the
him.
Philippines.
I've seen him
When the
in
next
the.
time when the next time you go back to the Philippines, you'll see me there.
Yeah, we probably gonna go in December or Christmas or something like
Look at
that.
this.
But
Yeah,
MC
I might be
Big
there in
Media says,
January.
"Be a detective for greatness." That's funny as hell.
but yeah, I wanted to say, yeah, make your spot. Make yourself always have a spot so that you can't be replaced. So they gotta come looking for you.
Mm.
They gotta
Say that
always
again.
come looking for
Watch
you
your mouth.
because
Say it again. Watch your mouth. Say it again. That was fire. Say that one more time.
make your spot available because only you can do what you do. So if there's only one original you, they gotta come for you. So AI can do whatever they want to do. They can make 1,000 AI songs, but they can't make 1,000 Beats by Lonze, Beats in Bed, Khalif Wins track, or Masada MPC track. They can't do it. So make yourself a part of the game where the coach got to put you in. So that's all I'll say with
You
that.
smooth ass operator.
Man.
You're smooth. I'll say this real quick.
Follow me, Beats by
about to say
Lonze everywhere on everything on all internet platforms. You can find me at Beats by Lonze, all social media, and on Bandcamp.
Yeah, go to Bandcamp, purchase a
beatsbylonza.bandcamp.com.
beat tape from Beats by Lonze for sure. Everybody,
Wow.
go to Beats and Beds YouTube. Pay for the MPC expansion that he worked hard to create. Everybody, I would strongly suggest getting the bundle of the Cycle Kit because I call it the MPC buffet. Why? Because you're going to feed your MPC a variety of fruits and sonic vegetables. Buy the bundle. Support independent producers. Big shout to Sun Civil Media. Your new name got me like tongue-tied. Let me say pause.
What's up, Dayson?
What's up? Big shout to the Blatantly Blatant Network. You know what I'm saying? Big shout to Ghetto Styles into his house. Big shout to Sims City Big World Media. Big shout to the homie, you know what I'm saying? Black Ghost Nun. Funeral
That's
service
my brother
professional
right
here.
there. That's my Detroit family right there.
He said, the funeral service professional here. Heed Masada's words. I see it every day. Life is too short. Dang, that's a bar. That's a bar. Big shout to Ghetto Styles. Sometimes it comes later, but you will like it and it still happens. That's what she said. You feel what I'm saying? Big shout.
I think you read that backwards.
Hey, can I add something? I want to add something else too about my kids. Like, I think this is one thing that's not really understood about my kids, right? My kids aren't really about like drums. It's really a feel. Like the way how my kids move, it basically gives your drums a natural swing, a natural human feel because of the way how the drums are articulated. So if you pick up my kids, man, you're not just getting sounds, you're getting a feel. You know what I mean? You're getting a swing. You know what I mean? Or whatever. So I just want to add that. That was it. I'm sorry. That was a blatant feel.
Listen, let me say something to everybody because Masada said that. If you spent hard time making that beat tape, if you spent a hard time making that beat, if you spent and put work in making that pack, it is your duty to brag about it. I don't understand with this, we can't talk about our product. And that's it. I'm sorry, I'm the soapbox time, ladies and gentlemen. Producers, if you worked hard making your beat tape, you work hard making your tape, you work hard making your expansion, you are supposed to plug it. Bro, I will be in church. Hallelujah, praise Lord. Go to the lobby. Hey, you know what? I just made this fire expansion. I know you make beats. Hey, promote your product like Tyler, the creator, talks about. Don't just work hard making your product and post it one time. You're supposed to talk on it, and guess what? It's not bragging. It's facts. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So everybody, please pick up the beat. Sorry. Invest in the Beats and Bed MPC expansion. Everybody, invest in the bundle of the Cycle Kit. You can't get one. Get the whole bundle meal plan. Everybody, buy 3 beat tapes to support Beats by Lonze. You know what I'm saying? Buy it. And everybody, if you love my content, hit me up on the Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Motormouth Marker up here, Kaleaf Wins. Every producer watching this, you have one life to live, and you got good energy to give. Thank you, everybody, for being in the chat. Peace, and we out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody stay on the stream, though.
Hey.
We out. We out. We out.